Good morning everyone, welcome back to your maths class once again, and here we are going to start our new chapter which is perimeter and area of a plane figure. Okay. Now let's see what is there in the chapter. It is there that we have to calculate the perimeter and area of plane figures. That means if we are given with any plane figure, like a figure having 4 sides or like a figure having 3 sides or figure having 5 sides, so these are the plane figures, or in fact circles if we talk about. So these are all plane figures and they are asking us, or we are going to calculate the perimeter and area of them. So let's see what is the perimeter and what is the area of any figure. See, perimeter means it's simple, the boundary. When they say perimeter, that means they are talking about the boundary of the figure, and when we calculate the total length of the boundary, that will give you perimeter. If you see here we have a plane figure with 4 sides. Let's say that there are 4 sides A, B, C, D, and simple perimeter would be sum of all sides, or else you can say it is the length of the boundary. If you talk about the triangle, it will have 3 sides, say X, Y, Z. What will be the perimeter? Sum of all sides or length of the boundaries, that is X plus Y plus Z. Eventually perimeter is the sum of the sides or length of the boundaries, and since it is we are calculating all the length of the boundaries, so it will be the unit will be in meter. It will be one dimensional because we are talking about the perimeter, the total length, so the unit will be meter. Now if we talk about the area, let's say we are talking about the area. Area is simple, it is just that how much space this figure is covering, that space is known as the area. So let's say if you are talking about this square, or not, it is not a square, it is a quadrilateral you have. So how much area it is covering, or in this case if you have this circle which is a plane figure, how much area it is covering, or the area or the space bounded by its boundary or surrounded by its boundary, that space is known as the area. In this case the unit of area will be meter square, and for different plane figures we have different way to calculate the areas. Okay, perimeter is going to be same every time. Whatever plane figure is given, you just add all the boundaries. Now to start with, we have 2 type of plane figures to study. We have a triangle to study and we have quadrilaterals to study. Triangles means a figure with 3 sides, quadrilateral a figure with 4 sides. So first we will start with triangle, and to see the area, the perimeter and the area of a triangle, this which is very common. Like if you are taking a triangle, it is not a right angle triangle. Let's say the sides are A, B and C. This is the length of the side given. How to calculate the perimeter? Perimeter would be simply sum of all sides. That would be A plus B plus C. In fact, if you are taking a right angle triangle, or if you take any triangle, the perimeter would be simple, that is sum of all sides. But here we are more concerned to calculate the area. How to calculate the area in this triangle? Let's say this is a triangle, let's name it as A, B and C. Okay, now what we have learned, that to calculate the area of a triangle we should know the base of the triangle, and if the height is given, let's say the altitude of the triangle or the height of the triangle is also given, it is h, then the area can be calculated easily. And base, you know that the this height, we are knowing that it is height is perpendicular on which side, it is BC, that means BC is our base. How to calculate area of a triangle? Half base. What is our base? This whole thing, that is B into B and BC into what is perpendicular, we have h. This is what we have learned. Either you take a triangle which is not a right angle triangle, but you know somehow the altitude of a triangle, or you know any perpendicular of the triangle, that would help and that will give you the area. Now if especially the right angle triangle is given, let's say P, Q, R, then this time this is your perpendicular which is also your height, let's say it is h. This would be your base, and let's say it is QR, let's take it as QR. Then the area would be simple, half base. What is your base? It is QR and height again. So I think this is easy. If you have right angle, you will use this thing. If you don't have any right angle but the height or the altitude of a triangle is given, then also you can easily calculate. I think this is something which is very common, we have learned. Now what about a triangle in which no altitude or no perpendicular is given? Let's say a triangle of sides A, length B and C is given. The triangle name is A, B and C. The vertices are A, B and C, and the lengths are A, B and C. I should be writing this as B and this as C, no problem at all. So here we have taken, instead of taking this, I think I should give another name. Okay, now let's take a triangle, say P, Q, R, and in this triangle the length of the sides are given A, B and C. Okay, now this triangle only the length of the sides are given and they are asking you to calculate the area, and we don't know any perpendicular or any altitude or any height, whatever you can call it, we are not given. So here surely we cannot apply the formula half base into height. So for such kind of triangles in which we are not given with any altitude or height, we have one very popular formula, that is Heron's formula. So Heron's formula states or says, Heron's formula, what it says or what is the formula? It's simple. The area can be calculated or is given as by the formula, it's S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, where your S is your semi-perimeter or semi-perimeter, that is A plus B plus C upon 2. See, A plus B plus C is your perimeter, as it is the sum of all sides or length of all sides that give you the perimeter, and it is divided by 2. That means we are actually calculating the semi-perimeter. So S and then into S minus A, that means semi-perimeter minus one side, semi-perimeter minus the other side, and semi-perimeter minus the third side. And when you multiply all of them and then take out the square root, that you will get the area. So this is how we are going to calculate if the height is given or if the height is not given. So we are going to use this formula, Heron's formula. Now let's proceed. Okay, now next we have how to calculate the area of an equilateral triangle. Like if you have a equilateral triangle, let's say A, B, C, and since it is an equilateral triangle, all sides will be same. Let's say all of them are equal to A. Okay, and we have to calculate the area. Since we don't know any perpendicular, so we can use the Heron's formula as well. But here we can use one property, like let's say from one vertex we are drawing the perpendicular on the opposite side. You can use any of the vertex, it is going to be same, and then we are drawing the, or when we are dropping a perpendicular, let's say this point is A and this whole side as we have taken, it is small a. This is a property of an equilateral triangle. Or if we take the isosceles triangle, when you drop the perpendicular, it will bisect the side, because the perpendicular will also be the median. That means it will divide the side into half. So if the total side is A, this part of the side, this half will be A by 2 and this half will also be A by 2. Now if you see, since this is the perpendicular, this angle will be right angle triangle, and in this triangle ABC we want to calculate the area of triangle ABC. So simple, calculate that. We don't want to apply Heron's formula. So here you see, this is our height, isn't it? Let's say it is H, as we have taken or we have drawn AD as perpendicular. So of course it will be our perpendicular or our height. If somehow we can calculate H, so we can simply use the formula half base into height. When we are supposed to calculate this, we are going to take the triangle ABD. You see half of the triangle, that half part of the triangle, that is ABD. In this triangle ABD, in fact, this is also a right angle triangle. This is right angle triangle, that means this is your perpendicular and this is your base. Your base is only A by 2. So in a right angle triangle, and this surely will be your hypotenuse, as any side which is in front of 90 degree will be your hypotenuse. So here in this triangle, this is your hypotenuse is A, base is A by 2 and perpendicular is H. So we can apply Pythagoras and we can calculate H. So in triangle ABD, we are applying Pythagoras, that is h square equals, that is hypotenuse square equals perpendicular square plus base square. Your hypotenuse is a, and when you do the square, it will be a square. Perpendicular is your h, it is h square plus base. Base is your a by 2. So if we put it here, it will be a by 2 and then the square of it. Correct? Now you see it is a square plus, equals h square plus, this is a by 2 square. So when you open it, it will be a square upon 4. Now we are calculating h square, so we are taking this a square by 2, which is in plus sign, we are taking it to the other side, so it will be in minus upon 4 equals h square. Correct? Now we take LCM, and what will be the LCM? That would be 4. It will give you 4a square minus a square equals h square. This will be 4a square minus a square will be your 3a square upon 4 equals h square. Correct? We want to calculate h. Here we are getting h square. So what to do? Of course, we will take the square other side. It will be square root of 3a square upon 4 equals h. Okay, now you see the square. Here we have a square. So what will come out from the square root? A only. What about the divide? It is 4. What will come out? 2. But you see this 3, it will not come out from the square as we won't get any factors. So we will simply be writing it as root 3. And that's how we are getting our perpendicular. Our perpendicular is a root 3 by 2 or simply root 3a by 2, whatever you wish to write. So now we have calculated our perpendicular. It is coming root 3a by 2. Okay. Now since we have calculated the perpendicular, now we can apply the area, a formula for area. Area is area of which triangle? We are taking now the whole triangle, that is ABC. It would be better if you write area of triangle ABC. We are now taking the whole triangle. The simple formula is half base and height. Now half base. If you are taking this whole triangle ABC, what is the base? The total of BC. Will not take the base BD because the total base is BC. Okay, so the base is BC, and what is the length of BC we have? A. Into what is the height we have calculated? It is root 3a by 2. So here let's multiply this all in the denominator. It is root 3 into 1 will be root 3. A into a will be a square upon what is this? Denominator 2 into 2, it will be 4. And that's how we have calculated the area of an equilateral triangle, which is coming root 3a square by 4. So if you have a very small question, they are just giving you the area of the equilateral triangle and asking to calculate, or side of the equilateral triangle given, and they are asking you to calculate area. You can simply use this formula that you know area of an equilateral triangle is root 3a square by 4, where a is your length of the side. So you put the value of a and you can easily calculate. Okay, so here we are going to take an isosceles triangle ABC. Since it is isosceles, that means two sides will be equal. Let's say AB side and AC sides are equal, and both of them are equal to A. And this BC side is B, small b. And now we have to calculate the area. Area will be half base into height. To calculate it, we need height or perpendicular. So what are we simply doing? We are dropping a perpendicular on the opposite side of this vertex A. From vertex A, we are drawing a perpendicular on this opposite side BC. Let's say this point is D. And here also, as we have seen in the equilateral triangle, here also this perpendicular will divide the side. That means if the total length is B, then this half will be B by 2 and the other half will also be B by 2. And since it is the perpendicular, it will be 90. So now if you see again, the process is very same. Let's say this is the perpendicular AD, and since it is the height of the triangle, let's say it is H. So we have to calculate this height first. What we do, we calculate the height using Pythagoras. Which triangle we are taking? ABD. In triangle ABD, we are applying Pythagoras. Pythagoras says h square equals to perpendicular square plus base square. Since this is a 90 degree, any side in front of 90 degree will be your hypotenuse. That means this is your hypotenuse, which will be a square. Perpendicular is this, and this we have taken as h, and then square, and base is b by 2. So it will be b by 2 and we have to square it. Correct? Now we have to calculate this h square. So it will be a square equals h square plus, when you open it, this will give you b square upon 4. Now we are going to take this to the other side. It will be a square minus b square upon 4, as we are willing to calculate this h square. Now let's take the LCM. It will be 4 and then it will be 4a square minus b square. Correct? And this is equals to h square. We want to calculate h, so we will take the square root on the other side, and it will be we will take the square and it will become the square root. So it will be h equals 4a square minus b square upon 4 and then the square root. Okay. Now many of you, if you see, you cannot do anything in the numerator. Okay. So we cannot, because this 4 is with a square and this is the whole thing. We cannot take it out. But here in the denominator it is 4, and you know the square root of 4 is 2. So the numerator we cannot simplify. So it will be like that, square minus b square upon, then we have this 4 is 2. So this is what our height is coming, or you can say the perpendicular is coming. Now using this height and now we know the base, we can apply the formula to calculate the area. Area of which triangle? ABC, this whole triangle. We are calculating area of triangle ABC. Now the area is half into base into height. Half. What is your base? This whole thing, this b, and the base is given as b. So, base into height. This much we have this height, that is square root of 4a square minus b square and upon 2. Minded that 2 is not in the square root. 2 we have taken out. Now if we simplify further, now this is 1 by 2, or you simply see 2 into 2, it is in denominator, so we can write it as 4. Then we have this b, or you can simply write it as 1 by 4 into b, and then this whole thing, which is 4a square minus b square, and this simply will be the area of an isosceles triangle. Isosceles means whose two sides are equal. So this is how, if you remember the formula for isosceles or for equilateral, you can simply apply the formula. Otherwise, depending upon the marks given to the question, you can simplify there as well. So now let's see some questions. So let's start the exercise. Here we have this exercise 17th A of your book R.S. Agarwal, and here I am solving the second question of your book. Okay, now let's read the question. Find the area of a triangle whose sides are given 13, 14 and 15. So let's draw a triangle, and the sides are given 13 centimeter, 14 centimeter and 15 centimeter. Okay, they are asking you to calculate the area. There is a second part, we will see it later. Now to calculate the area, since the three sides are given, which we can take as A, B and C, that means we can simply use Heron's formula. We are not given with the altitude, so let's use Heron's formula. We all know the Heron's formula for area is simple, square root of S minus A, S minus B, and we have this S minus C. What is our S? S is our semi-perimeter. To calculate semi-perimeter, what to do? It's sum of all sides, that is A plus B plus C divided by 2. What's our A? What is our A? That is 13. B is 14. C is 15 divided by 2. When you add them all, that will give you 42 divided by 2, and this will give you 21. So your perimeter is, semi-perimeter is coming 21, and since it is your perimeter, it will be centimeter only. So your semi-perimeter is coming 21. Now let us calculate the area. Remember, semi-perimeter is 21. Let us put the values now here. To calculate area, formula is simple. Semi-perimeter is 21 into this bracket, which is S minus A. S is your semi-perimeter, 21 minus A. your first side, let us take it as 13. S minus B, that is 21 minus second side, that is 14. Third side, that is 21 minus 15, correct? Now this will be 21 as it is, and see all of them are in multiplication. 21, now 21 minus 13, it will be 8. 21 minus 14, it will be 7, and then 21 minus 15 will be 6. To simplify, now we have to simplify the square root. Do not multiply them all, just write the prime factorization of each number. 21 is 7 into 3, correct? 8 is 2 into 2 into 2, 7 is only 7 as it is 7 into 1, and 6 will be 2 into 3. Now what to do to simplify them? We have to pair them, and we have to take one number common from each pair. So here we have this 7 and this 7, so 1 7 will come out, 3 and 1 3 here, so 3 will come out, this 2 1 2, and we are getting another pair of 2, that will 2. So 7 3 is 21, 21 into 4. When you multiply, that will give you 84. So the area of this triangle whose sides are 13, 14 and 15 centimeter is coming 84 centimeter square. Okay, do not forget to write the unit. Always write the unit. Okay. So this is what your area is coming. After that, we have to calculate the height corresponding to the longest side. Now you see the question, sometimes they ask to calculate the height corresponding to the longest side, or they can ask to calculate the height corresponding to the smallest side. Okay, so what we do, which one is your longest side? Of course it is 15. If they ask you to take the smallest side, we would have taken 13. But since we are asking, or they are asking you to calculate corresponding to the longest side, that means this side we are talking about, we have to calculate height. So what we do, on this side we have to draw a perpendicular, that means the height. So here we are dropping a perpendicular. Let's say this is our height h on the longest side, so we have to calculate this side. Okay, now if you see in this triangle, now since we know the perpendicular, so in this triangle now we can apply the area in this way, that half base into height, half this height we will take, and what base we will take, this is on this base, no, so this side we will take as base, and this is our height. If we were asked to take the smallest side, we would have taken this one as base, that is 13 as base, and then whatever perpendicular we have drawn, we would have taken that as height. So base this time would be 15, and height we are not knowing, this is what we have to calculate. Just now we have calculated the area, so whatever, whether you use Heron's formula or you use half base into height, area of the same triangle will be same only. That means just now we have calculated the area 84, so we will write the value of area 84, and here we have half into base, which is 15, and this height. To calculate this height, we will take all the things to that side. 2 is in divide, it will come here in multiplication. Divided by this 15 was there in multiplication, it will come here in divide. So it will be h. H equals to, when you simplify them all, you will get it as equals to 11.2 centimeter. So your perpendicular is coming 11.2 centimeter. Okay, so here we have our next question. This is the sixth question of the exercise. Now let us read the question. The base of a triangular field is twice its altitude. So there is a triangular field, and they are saying the altitude, whatever altitude, let's say the altitude is h. Okay, they are saying the base, let's say the base is b. So the base is twice of its altitude, that means 2 times of its altitude. This information they have given. If the cost of cultivating the field at 14.5, so the cost of cultivating the field is rupees 14.50 per 100 meter square. By the way, whatever cost is given, let's understand this. Like 14.50 is the cost of per 100 meter square. It is not the cost of per meter square. It is the cost of per 100 meter square. So you can simply calculate the cost of per meter square. What to do? Simply cost of this 14.50 is the cost of per 100 meter square. to calculate per meter square, we just have to divide it by 100 and that will give you the cost per 1 meter square, because we are calculating the cost to cultivate the field per meter square. We are calculating as per meter square. So instead of taking 100 meter square, we are taking it as 1 meter square, and that's how we have divided the total cost by 100. I am not simplifying this, as I am going to put the same value and then I will simplify it, so it will be a little easy. Okay, by the way, now this is what we have done with this part of the question, and now this cost is given as it is 52200. So that means this is the cost to cultivate the field per meter square, and the total cost or total money we are giving is 52200. Okay, now find its base and altitude or height. So we have to calculate the base and the height. To understand this question, let's say let's take an example. Like, say there is a vendor and I am giving 100 rupees to him, and for 100 rupees he is giving me 5 apples. 5 apples means for that I am getting 5 apples. So can you tell me what will be the cost of each apple? Of course, that 100 divided by 5, that means each will cost me 20 rupees. So it's simple here, like I am giving total amount this, and per meter square I am giving this. To calculate how much or what area I am giving this money, we simply have to divide this money by per meter square, and you will get to know that this money I am giving for which value of the area. So now it's simple. Let's say the area would be what money, total money I am giving, it is 52200, and what is the cost of the money or cost per meter square? Just now we have calculated, it is 14.50 divided by 100. So this is the total money, and this is what I am giving or we are giving per meter square. So let's calculate this. It is 52200, and you see this is in the divide, and when it reciprocates it will come in the numerator into 100 divided by 14.50. This is your area. Now to simplify this and to calculate the base and the height, see this is the height, that means we can apply the formula half base into height. So here on the left hand side we can apply the formula half base into height, which is equal to 52200 into 100 over 14.50. Okay, now you see what's your base? Half into your base is b, which is equal to 2h according to the question. So we can write it as 2h into height. We will take it as h only, and then we have 52200 into 100 and divided by 14.50. This 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Here we have h into h as h square, and then that side we have, you can actually cancel this and then you can get 2 zeros. So it will be 52200 into this 10,000 upon 1450. You can cancel 1 zero further. Now to calculate h, we will take the square root. 52200 into 1000 upon 145, and I hope that you all can calculate the square root. When you simplify, you will get it as 600 meter. That means the altitude is coming 600 meter or height is coming 600 meter, and since according to the question the base is double of its height, if height is 600 meter, what will be the base? Of course the base will be 1200 meter. That's how the question was given. I hope you all can calculate this, and just do not multiply them all. Just you write the prime factors and try to cancel the numerator from the with the denominator and just simplify it. You will get it as 600. I hope now you all know. And since height is 600 meter, so the base is double of its height, so it will come 1200. Okay.